Good evening, friends, and hope you guys had a very nice weekend. And today we have a lot of interesting news, especially with the fact that Aditya Thackeray now seems to be very anxious about the current Maharashtra government, and we'll be discussing about that and how it may, connect to the SSR Disha Salian case, could be a possible outcome. As well as we have a lot of other interesting news lined up for you today. And friends, if you do like our content, make sure to hit that like button because we bring in, facts and stories which no one else in the mainstream media, brings out to you because of their compulsions, to the obvious Bollywood industry. And friends, today, it is quite interesting to note that Amitabh Bachchan has also, sort of gifted his house to his daughter, and it's quite interesting at this point of time why there's such a move, right? Then
And
so
that
that
is
we'll be
one of
discussing
his
about that.
five bungalows in Juhu.
Yes, yes. So for let's jump to the quotation for today,
Yeah.
and the quotation is yes, failure should be our teacher, not our undertaker. Failure is delay, not defeat. It is a temporary detour, not a dead end. Failure is something we can avoid only by saying nothing, doing nothing, and being nothing. By Dennis Whiteley. Yes, it's over to you.
Yeah. So here is something. It's very important to realize that whenever we journey in our lives, there'll be many disappointments that happen in our work area, personal area, and sometimes we think that this is a dead end and we cannot go further. We've given up. But actually, these failures are, important to guide you into another path, which is completely different from what you're doing. So it is, in fact, something that pushes you towards your destiny. And it's very important that you move towards that and not think of it as failure. If you look at your life, I look at my life, all of us, retrospect, then you realize that there were so many points when you have almost given up, but then the next thing that has come has, is an opportunity, and you've gone and got a better job, or done something much better. So always think of failures as stepstones, in your ladder to success. Yeah. Welcome, Rat. Yeah. So now, I think the first piece of news is regarding the app, which they have named in the name of Lord Shiva, and how they are misusing it and abusing it. Yes, Jerry.
Yeah, so friends, the Mahadev app, as all of you know, the ED is doing a great job in in this particular case of the Mahadev app scam. And the latest with regards to the Mahadev app scam is a 38-year-old driver was arrested by ED in the gambling app case on November 3rd from Raipur city for allegedly being a link in the money chain between the main accused and Chief Minister Bhupesh Bagal has retracted his statement given to the ED and told the special PMLA, which is the Prevention of Money Laundering Act, quote, that he is being made a scapegoat and that he never supplied any protection money to Bhupesh Baghel or any other politician. Now, on November 3rd, 4 days before the first phase of Chhattisgarh assembly polls, Asim Das and the constable Bhim Singh Yadav were arrested by ED and 5.39 crores in cash was allegedly seized from his car. He was nabbed from a hotel on VIP Road in Raipur city, and during further probe, 15.59 crores was allegedly found in different bank accounts. As per the ED, Asim in his statement said that he, on the instructions of Shubham Soni, wanted accused in the Mahadev app case, came to Raipur to deliver money to political executives of the Indian Congress Party for election expenditure. ED told the court that Asim admitted to them that the amount was delivered to the ruling political executives was to be delivered to the ruling political executives and named CM Baghel as the intended final recipient for the cash. Further, Sony, in his email submission on November 2nd against the summons issued to him by ED, claimed that Azim acted as a liaison with a Congress politician in Chhattisgarh. However, Azim, while in judicial custody, wrote a letter on November 10th in the court claiming that he is being made a scapegoat in the case by Sony and that the money found on him was meant for starting a construction business. Das's judicial custody ended and the lawyer representing him in the court requested the judge to take his letter on record. Azim's lawyer said, "My client just wanted to put forth his side of the story. On Friday, I told the court to take his letter on record. The money found with my client was to start a construction business and not to be given to any politician." Das, in his letter, admitted that two of his visits to Dubai in October this year was arranged by Sony, who is a childhood friend. Azim claimed Sony said, "We will do construction business." He said he was relocated to Europe and will take me with him. On that day, I was asked to go to Raipur airport to pick up a car from the parking lot and take it to a hotel on VIP Road, and was further asked to check into the room. I was given an iPhone. I was then asked to park the car at a location where a person came on bike and put the cash in the car and left. I was asked over the phone to go back to my hotel room, and within some time, ED officials came to my room and took me with them. I forcefully signed the statement in English, but I do not know its contents. I have never supplied any money to any politician. I'm being made a scapegoat. This is what he claims. Day after his arrest, a video of Sony surfaced on social media. It was shared by the BJP on the handles, which he claimed he had paid 508 crores to CM Baghel as protection money to run the gambling app. Baghel denied the charge and made counter allegations against the BJP and ED. First of all, I do not know this person, nor have I ever met him in the way he is claiming. I can't say if he is part of any gathering or function. Secondly, this person is claiming that he is owner of Mahadev app. Surprisingly, even the ED, the agency which has been investigating the case for months, was not aware of this until 2 days ago. The ED was calling him a manager. So quite interesting to see the turn of events in the case of the Mahadev app scam. And when you have a CM, being named, who is involved allegedly in this, scam. So, we'll have to wait and see. And as all of you know, all these celebrities, they performed, at the wedding event in Dubai, and they were summoned by ED. But we have to wait and see how the ED, goes aggressively and questions and summons all these Bollywood people, and to
See,
see
in
if
this
they have,
case, yeah, in this case,
yeah.
Jaydev, see, I think, see, what this man is trying to do is, I think he would have been threatened by Baghel, and now he is changing his story. That's what is actually happening, because you know how Congress works. So this is something that they are now. This man is working under pressure, to change the story, and this is what is happening under Baghel, because now they're going into elections and Baghel will lose. So this is something they're very scared of.
So this case is being used, by both political parties. I would say because election is, happening in many states across India, be it the BJP or Congress, and also the fact that next year, the Lok Sabha election is there. So, politics game is being played also. Let's not forget that fact. Be it the BJP or be it Congress. And but the thing is, for the first time, ED is being very, very proactive and very, very fast in giving updates on this particular Mahadev app scam. Because on other cases, the other central agencies have been very, very sluggish, or when it comes to the SSR case, we have seen the CBI not giving us any update after 3 years also. And God knows what is with the SIT team who is investigating the Disha Salian case. There's no update on that. So at least in this particular case, so far, ED has been very, very proactive, to say the least. Yes,
In
welcome
another,
Ashok
yeah,
ji.
very,
Welcome.
yeah, in another very interesting, video that I saw was of Salman Khan and Ori in the Big Boss show. Now here you have Ori coming in with a huge suitcase. Now I think he's become a part of the the Big Boss team. Now the family. So now he comes in with a huge suitcase with a dozen telephones, mobiles, and one he says is for morning, one is for afternoon, and one is for night. And he has on these phones various gadgets like hanging off out of it a banana, and something else. So there's also a lot of double talk happening between him and Salman Khan. Now, see, Salman Khan also treats him like a clown. What Ori tells him is that he has lost about 10 kilos, or he's down to He's lost a lot of weight and he plans to become 46 kilos. Now, and he says that he goes to the gym. Now, Salman makes fun of him, says that, see, oh, he looks at him and he says, you really go to the gym also. So, actually, if you look at this character, Ori, he has become the clown of Bollywood. As in, you would remember, see, if you look at Shakespeare's plays, you'll remember that, see, the narrator is actually the clown. And similarly, now in Bollywood, they needed a clown very badly because there was no entertainment happening in Bollywood. So now they've selected the Sambani's character, you know, who is a tiny elf-looking man. All he needed was long ears that he doesn't have. But otherwise, he is also playing the role of a cartoon or a clown, because everything he says is meant to make you laugh. Okay, so he says that he goes for partying at 10 o'clock, comes back at 2:30, and then he talks in a very strange English and Hindi mix. So when he talks to Salman, he talks to him in a Tapori language, and when he speaks, otherwise he says me thinks. It's something like in Lord of Rings, you have that character, calls himself me. So it's that sort of image that he's building for himself. While I believe, very strongly, I believe that he is having a very, very strong role backstage. And, what he is doing is holding the cabal together, is what I understand. So let not all this, kind of mimicry and all that fool you. This man is a very, very vital part of the Bollywood and the cabal. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't see how a special project manager at Reliance can have so much of importance, especially given by all these snobbish Bollywood celebrities and other people. So he has to be wielding a very very important, powerful position which is not visible, at least from the front. So that is very very obvious. And Ori is being pushed by Bollywood also, and as some cool guy or some social media very influencer or Instagram influencer. They're trying to portray him as a very very like that. Okay, and that's the reason why what is the reason that he is given so much of importance even by Bollywood friendly media. Bollywood publications also, online publications also, float his images on the internet, on their YouTube channels. So why is he so important? What has he
In
achieved
fact,
in life?
yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, the paparazzi also make fun of him. They are constantly making fun of him. Like if he wears a yellow dress, then he has a yellow cover for his, mobile phone, and he has this very conscious way of looking at people. He seems to be very self-conscious, and then he seems to be, almost, in the same line as Karan Johar. So I mean, that will explain exactly what he is.
Welcome, Binte.
Welcome, Priya.
Welcome,
Yeah.
Nina, Priya. So yeah, let's jump to Aditya Thackeray's story. Yeah, you can take that.
Yes. Shiv Sena leader Aditya Thackeray, I don't know how he became a leader, but anyway, this is how people refer to him. Shiv Sena leader Aditya Thackeray claimed that the forthcoming winter assembly session of the Maharashtra legislature will be the last session of the Eknath Shinde government, as it will not exist after December 31st. This is an unconstitutional government. It has a few days left. This government will not exist after December 31st, is what he's saying. Now, he sounds more like Nostradamus here. The ensuing winter session of Maharashtra legislature in Nagpur is going to be the last for this Koke boxes government, Mahayuti, and it will be the last for us as opposition, Mahavikas Aghadi, he added. The young leader, who is the son of former Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray, has been on a tour of coastal Konkan districts of Raigad, Ratnagiri, and Sindhudurg, which are considered as traditional strongholds of the Shiv Sena. The tour is seen as an attempt to prepare groundwork for the 2024 Lok Sabha and Vidhan Sabha polls. Aditya also asserted that the governments at the center and Maharashtra would change after 2024 polls. There's going to be a change in 2024 in Maharashtra and the center, he said. The statement comes at a time when the disqualification proceedings filed by the factions of Shiv Sena, headed by Shinde and Thackeray against each other, are being heard before Maharashtra Legislative Assembly Speaker Rahul Narvekar. December 31st is the date by which the Speaker is expected to deliver his rulings. So you look at the kind of courage that this baby penguin has. He himself, he has absolutely no power, but the way he's talking is just like Nostradamus is predicting what's going to happen in the future. So this man, from what we see, we know that in his upper brain there's hardly anything, and even when he takes, even if he has to give a speech of just saying good morning, he needs to look at a paper, which is very similar to what Sonia Gandhi does. So even if it's one line, they need a paper to, read it out because they're not confident of what lies in the speech. So it is this sort of character that he is. And he is saying that, see, this government is going to fall. And on what basis is he saying? He has absolutely no facts and figures in his hand, nothing in his hand, and people are all against him in the Disha and SSR case. So I don't know what this man is talking about with such aplomb.
Yeah, so it's quite obvious that he has been without power for a very long time, according to him, and because the kind of tyrannical rule, when the when the MBA government was in power, right? We know all that, when the way in which Arnab was arrested, and many other injustices like Kangana's house was sort of demolished and all those things. So now without power, he has been without power for a very long time. Even the symbol of Shiv Sena, also don't forget that fact. So now somehow he is so desperate to claim that power back, and somehow he wants to become his CM of Maharashtra, right? From what it looks like. And it's quite obvious that no doubt that the SSR and Disha Salin case is also lingering in the back of his mind, and that is, he would like to gain power as soon as possible. And don't forget the fact that this bridge in Mumbai, right? How did he just inaugurate this bridge in Mumbai, the Delisle Bridge, right? Without any official permission from the BMC. So my only concern is, why is the opposition party not very soft? Why is the Shinde Fadnavis government not very active, right? When you're getting so much of questions from the Thackerays. So this is something of I really don't understand, right, from this current BJP Maharashtra government especially. Yes.
Yeah, in a very sort of humorous incident some time back when Yash Chopra was alive. It seems that Yash Chopra once locked up Rani Mukerji's parents in his office for an unexpected reason. The actress then recalled getting a call from him. "You're making a very big mistake," he said. Now she discloses that Yash Chopra proposed releasing her parents only upon her acceptance of the role in a film. Now, as you remember, now she's married to Aditya Chopra, and now she remembers some incidents that happened earlier. And at that time, she was being offered the film Satya, a remake of Mani Ratnam's Tamil film Alai Payude by Yash Chopra. In a discussion with News 18, she disclosed that the late filmmaker producer proposed releasing them only upon her acceptance of the role. Now, Rani said, "At that time, I was refusing work like my mother thought I'd gone mad, because anything that was offered to me, I was just like, no, no, no." I started taking decisions then. A lot of the film critics and magazines had written me off. They said her career is over, and I was okay with that. I was like, probably they're right, but I'm not going to give up. I'm going to take up something that my heart believes in. Then luckily Satya came along, and I remember Yash uncle calling my parents to the office. My parents had gone to tell Yash that Rani is not interested in doing the film. He called me up and said, "Beta, you're making a very big mistake. I'm locking the door of my room and I'm not letting your parents out till you say yes to the film." And I thank him for that. And that's how she came in that film. Now, I wonder why she is speaking about this now. So I would perhaps she's going to come out with another film, because it's only when they have some film in hand or some project that they come out with past incidents.
Yeah, Rani Mukerji and Preeti Zinta was very, very successful during the early 2000s with SRK films. So now, they seem to want that glory back, in spite of she being given a lot of opportunities in, some films recently and some OTT platforms as well. Her career has not come back to the level which she wants. So that's the reason why she goes back to the past and releases such statements. Why is he given so much publicity? Yeah,
No
that's
reason.
the
Yeah.
very we were discussing the same thing. Ashok, he holds some sort of power which is not visible, right, to us. A special project manager in the Reliance does not give you so much of power to, pose with all these these celebrities, the so-called celebrities of Bollywood. Yeah, yeah. Truly like Meena's talks, sincere and very good the way she speaks. Says Vijay, welcome Ashok, welcome Savitri. 6th of December is coming very close. So what will happen? What you guys think? 6th of December, we'll have to wait and see because big powers are at play, and we'll have to be positive and see what happens. Love Rani, but of late she has become cheap dress since. Savitri, it's not really Rani Mukerji or yesteryear actresses, but actresses of today hardly wear anything, right? When they come for public events, they wear all these kinds of outfits which exposes their bodies a lot, because that's the way of getting eyeballs in on Instagram, and getting views, and that's the kind of attention which they are seeking right now, or which they, and also the fact that Bollywood cabal tells them that these are the kind of dresses that you should be wearing for public events, you know, and especially if you're going for a Karan Johar party, you should be wearing such and such dress which exposes your body.
And
Yes.
now, if you go back to what news about Thaliwali Mami is, so it's very interesting that when Aishwarya Rai was asked to be, there was a time when Aishwarya was asked to be respectful by Jaya Bachchan while having rubbish conversations and arguments with her. So you wonder, did the relationship go sour after the Aishwarya Abhishek moved out? Now, Jaya Bachchan once revealed in her rule book, which was to be followed by her Bahu Aishwarya. So let's go to that piece of news. Once Aishwarya had married, Abhishek, everybody thought it was some kind of a, magical true union. Now, let's move on to what the mother-in-law has to say. And it seemed, though, if you look at the marriage, you find that, see, Amitabh Bachchan was very fond of, Aishwarya Rai. And after she gave birth to her daughter, she became even more special for him. Now, if you move on to what the Taliwali Mami had to say, she said, if I don't like something about her, I tell her on her face. I don't do politics behind her back. If she disagrees with me, she expresses herself. The only difference is that I can be a little bit more dramatic, and she has to be more respectful. I'm old. That's all. We really enjoy sitting at home and talking rubbish, just the two of us. She doesn't have much time, but whatever she does, we enjoy. I have a great relationship with her. The statement certainly proves how much she adored her, is what the PR says, but we know that the both cannot, stand each other. The Bachchans who adored the daughter-in-law suddenly started to go out, not have any more joint appearances. In fact, Aishwarya didn't exist socially on any of the Bachchan accounts except husband Abhishek Bachchan's, with him. Now, reports suggest that it all started when the rumors about Abhishek and Aishwarya moved out of Jalsa and dropped on the internet. However, these rumors have been a part of the report since 2013. These rumors were further aggravated by fallout reports over Aishwarya's kissing scenes in Dhoom 2 and intimate scenes with Ranbir in Ae Dil Hai Mishkil. But nothing was confirmed or denied. The only thing that stayed constant along with the rumored reports was Aisha's absence from Bachchan's social media world, and that is what has always intrigued people. So here, coming back to the point is that, see, as you remember, we spoke about the Paris ramp walk as well. So there has been certainly differences in the family itself. So it's not surprising at all because all of them have very very weird and different characteristics. Thaliwali Mami has absolutely no patience with anyone. She walks with anger. She talks with anger. She pushes and nudges paparazzi as though they are her, slaves. And then, and then you have the husband, who's begging people to just go and watch one film, you know, in the theater because he's so desperate. He thought that every film they would make would become a huge hit. It never happened. And then you have the son, who has no films in hand at all. And the only way he can get some fame is by going to Karorpati show, and reminding his father about all the old memories and bringing the old photographs, and making him cry and all that hangama, to say that, see, they are a very emotional family. And then if you look at Aishwarya, she's constantly at the airport wearing some dark black cloak like gown and catching the daughter's hand, and something is wrong even with the way she walks. So I'm not sure whether she's suffering from some sort of illness, which is making her, even her walking has become rather slow. So I think she is having some kind of ailment, and that's why she's covering her whole body as well. So let's take a few comments, Jaydev. Pune, I don't think they are, but Amitabh Bachchan for sure made a grand entry to Aishwarya's life. Yeah, and Puna says Thaliwali auntie doesn't apply hair dye, which reminds us of Betar. And
See,
Rajendra
Aishwarya
says,
Rai wanted to marry into a very prominent, Bollywood family, and that's why she, married into the Bachchan family, because she saw Vivek Oberoi, and and we know what happened with, Bai, right, Salman Bai. So, with all those experiences in mind, she got the perfect opportunity to marry into the Bachchan family, and that's the reason why she knew that once she
yeah,
marries into
certainly.
the family,
As you say, she first wanted Salman Khan and his illustrious family. When that didn't work, then she went to Oberoi, Suresh Oberoi's family.
Vivek
That also
Oberoi,
didn't
yeah,
work. Yeah, yeah, the
yeah.
father, Suresh Oberoi. He was very famous. So she wanted to get into that family. That also didn't work out. And that's how she finally moved on to Abhishek. Namaste, Minaji. While you are on this issue with Rani Mukerji, do you see how her uncle, Mr. Mukerji, does holding and hugging? Yes, I think it's a bit too much, isn't it, Radhika? Because he goes behind her like a little lost, puppy lost in love, and he doesn't let her be. And she also enjoys it in a certain sense because she loves the attention. And since she takes about 3 hours to dress, for that occasion, a special blouse that is a blouse but not a blouse, because from the back when you see it, it seems bare, and from front, okay, there's some sort of cloth in front. So she does take a very very long time to dress, and then to outbeat her is Rani Mukerji. So Rani Mukerji tries to do this thing. Now who has more power in their hands? It is naturally Rani, because she has all the money and Yash and Aditya's backing. So she has, you won't believe it. Now, this is very interesting, Radhika. See, she has one special girl who will adjust her pallu, catch her goggles, catch her, a book, and then if she's not sitting properly, she'll go and adjust all her thing, everything for her. Then for other things, there is a man who will hold Rani Mukherjee's hand, help her to get up and all that. So she has a complete entourage. Now Kajol, being a little poorer than her, doesn't have all those facilities. I don't think her husband is that lavish. He looks more like a conjuice guy. So she doesn't have much, Kajal. So this competition between these two cousins is rather tough. And then what Rani did was she completely monopolized the whole event by bringing Hemamani and her daughter right in front, of the puja pandal during the Durga Puja, and making them sit there. Now, see, once they plonk themselves in front of Durga Devi, nobody can move them. So that way, she got all the attention she wanted from the paparazzi, and Kajol had to be sidelined by giving rasagullas to the people who had come to eat. So that's the fight between the cousins, which happens every Durga Puja. So let's take a few more comments.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Taliwali Mami, she's in politics also, how she
So
handles
true,
people.
Aaditya. Weird parivar, yes. Thaliwali Mami, she's in politics also. How she handles people. Yes, that is quite a concern for almost everybody, because the moment she walks in, people are scared. So let's see what Ree has said. Don't think they are, but Amitabh Bachchan for sure made a grand entry too. Yes, absolutely. And Savitri says, and her Betty too looks weird. She's being dragged. She should enjoy with her friends. And see, always you should understand one thing. Whoever you go with, the tendency for children is to, to imitate them. Now, Aishwarya behaves in a certain way, and that is her age, at her age. Now, this girl also behaves like her, thinking that she is Aishwarya. So she will give a side pose, she will do, sometimes she goes overboard, and then Aishwarya has to give her a rap and pull her away. Otherwise, she will, even if there's an event, she doesn't mind posing for the paparazzi 24 hours. That's how she has made her daughter also.
So I think
Ashok,
she will end up like being like Ananya Pandey,
yes.
maybe.
Ma'am, do have a topic on deep fake videos and very serious need for stringent requests to control. Yes. So here recently
Regulation.
also,
Yeah.
now see that also Ashok, see, it's very interesting. Now, since you brought this up, now the deep fake was with Rashmika, and also with I think somebody else also. I don't remember. But now, guess who is missing all the fun? It is the girl who is there in all the ads. Now, how come she's not involved in it? And how come attention is not going to her? So now little Alia Bhatti, she comes and says she is also been, caught in this web of this AI thing, deep this thing. And now they've shown some girl, in the bedroom wearing some blue dress and, dancing invitingly. Now they found that it is some other girl. Now I'm sure this Butt family has gone and found some picture and connected it to Alia Bhatt. That is how they get attention. So, so in some ways, people are running away from deepfake, and this family would be running towards it. Absolutely, Ashok. We should do a topic on that. AB is a big money holder, so she won't have option. Can't ignore his orders. Her father's business is also yes. And spot on. You are very right. Yes, agree with you. Total boycott Bollywood. Aishwarya, yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So,
Please.
friends, speaking of Amitabh Bachchan, there's a very interesting news which came up recently, and I would like to bring it to your notice. And what is the news? Is that Amitabh Bachchan gifted Pratiksha. What is Pratiksha? It is his bungalow in Mumbai, and he gave it to his daughter Shweta. And the property documents were accessed by media, and the property is located on two plots of sizes 890 square meters and 674 square meter in Juhu, Mumbai. Now, a gift deed for the property was executed on November. A stamp duty of 50.65 lakhs was paid for the transaction, the gift deed documents show. Both the plots are part of the Vittal Nagar Cooperative Housing Society Limited, the document showed. He said to the one, now Amitabh Bachchan, as you know, is the host of KBC, which is Kaun Banega Crorepati. And he told the participant that all are welcome to his house, but there is no wait for anyone. Now, interestingly enough, friends, a few years back, he had bought a 5,184 square feet property in Mumbai worth 31 crores in Atlantis, a project by Tier 2 builder, the Crystal Group. Now, in 2022, the Bombay High Court had directed the BMC, the municipal corporation, not to take any coercive action against actors Amitabh Bachchan and Jay Bachchan in a plea related to the acquisition of a part of the land on which their bungalow in Juhu existed for widening the road in the area. So this is the same property which is being given out to his daughter Shweta Nanda, and apparently there was a road widening project in Mumbai, of which this part of the land had some borders. So it's quite interesting that why we question why at this point of time he's gifting his property to Shweta, because as all of you know that he has so many projects like KBC. He's the brand ambassador of many advertisement brands. So money is not an issue, but of course, he does not have any films as of late. So this is quite questionable as to why at this point of time he is gifting, his property to his daughter. Yes.
Yeah. So Sushma says, I like your episodes. It's really good rather than watching a movie. Thank you, Sushma. Welcome, Gloria and
Welcome,
Purna.
Gauri.
Yeah. And Rap says, Rani was in Madani. Madani 2, flop. Can't use more money of her hobby to loss. So now she stopped acting. उसने आदित्य के छोटे ब्रो को शादी को अपोज किया ताकि प्रॉपर्टी के हिस्से न पड़े उसके किड्स से. अच्छा. So that's some more news. Yeah. Please make a video. Suggestions to control measures. Ma'am, how did Sushant die? I think he was forced to kill himself. Gloria, looks like AB has a feeling he's getting a visa to hell soon, so gifting his properties. So here, my address is to Ravali and Priya. I'm sure, see, if you don't know about Sushant's death, I would suggest that you look at our past videos. We explained in detail how he was murdered. There is no question of suicide here. So it's only taking a long time for the federal agencies to come to a sort of conclusion. So I would suggest, Priya, you just if you can go through our videos, you will get the right picture of what exactly happened. Yeah, back to you, Jerry.
Yeah, so coming to the next piece of news, friends, and already the PR activity for Dunkey has already started, and SRK is sort of quite. He has learned the trick how to make a film a fake hit or a fake 1,000 crore hit, just like Pathan and Jawan. Now, Dunkey is set to release on December, and apparently, it's a Rajkumar Hirani film. And he said that he was asked by a fan whether to book a front or corner seat when Dunkey releases. Sir, Dunkey ke liye front seat book karna hai ya corner seat? And now SRK replied, brother, I believe that the film will go houseful. Bring a sofa from home. You will not get a seat. So this is the kind of replies he has in this ask SRK session on X. So he's saying that to bring a sofa from home, and because the theater is going to be houseful, and so you can see now the perception is already being floated around that Dunkey is going to cross 1,000 crores, and how people still believe that all these films are still houseful when it's not. Yes. Someday father has to give the daughter some part of his property. Yes, that is true,
Yeah,
Sonali.
Sonali, that is true. But when a father has 5 to 6 properties in Juhu Beach, then there is some doubt as to what is happening. Why are they investing in properties? Because when you give properties, the income tax, there is no income tax. Then there are other also hanky-panky things that can be done. And that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, and also there's a case on that particular property,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
If highest earners of years, Kabir Singh 320 crores, War 350 crores, Tanaji 310 crores, Gaddar 2,500 crores, how can Patan Jawan touch 1,000 crores? How 700 crores more gap? Joke of money, yes, laundering. Very well said, Ram. Yeah. Boycott Bollywood, absolutely. Can you please answer my question as well? Ma'am says, Zainab, you are asking me whether it is, who has killed SSR. You're saying that, see, your question is, who is the main person behind it? Is it Salman, Aditya Thackeray, or Mahesh Bhatt, or someone else? We are waiting for the answers. We've given them all the clues that we can. Okay. Now it is their job to give us the proof. I am not a what you call a court, citizens court, which can tell you what is what. I'm just a journalist, investigative journalist. Both of us are just giving you as much information as possible. You have to put it together and understand what is happening. We cannot do more than that. Welcome, Sujata.
Yeah, see, we know that what we have seen that there were injury marks in his neck, which was shown on Republic TV, right? And how can he just hang himself off a small kerchief-like thing on a fan, right? So all this is quite obvious that it was he was killed, right? And I really don't understand as to why Republic TV and Arnab Goswami has been so quiet, after he was arrested. So I do hope
See, here,
that
Zainab, I would also like to tell you one more thing. Okay. In the case of Jia Khan, we all know who the culprit is. Okay. But when the case comes out, his name is nowhere in this thing. So you understand the way these people work. There is corruption all over. So we cannot give you an answer. They have to give us the answer. And we have to wait for that. This is the predicament of Indians. Yeah.
yeah. So that's all the news from my end.
Yeah. We'll see you again tomorrow with a lot more news. Good night. Thank you and Jai
Jai
Hind.
Hind.